buddy. Yeah, the late night crew tonight. I got a couple people in the chat. Got a couple people on the Discord. It is midnight in Southern California. How is everybody doing? I don't know why I'm using this voice. It's pretty bad. Got the 7300 on 80 meters right now. I'm actually listening to my buddies in Corona, California talk to Arizona, California with another buddy that lives there. Got Joshua. I'm a Joshua too. KJ7ANV and Illiterate Beef. What's up? How's it going? We may have Insurgus in the house. I don't know what his YouTube username is. It's 8 a.m. Where are you? 8 a.m. Are you in the UK? Is that about right? All right. How's it going? Don't mind my glasses. These are actually computer glasses. My eyes are fine. I've been in front of screens all week looking at code reviews, projections on the wall. My eyes are getting all blurry and itchy and scratchy, and I'm getting headaches at night. So these are little cheapy Amazon computer glasses. They actually like yellow. They slightly yellow. It's like filtered. It's very blue, and then you put them on, and then there's yellows. It makes my eyes feel sleepy. They feel like comfortable when I wear them. It's pretty good. Hi from VK3FUR. VK3. Where's VK3 land? Where's VK3 land? You tell me in the chat. Where's VK3 land? All right, so what do we got? Well, we're back to the Hilltopper, right? I did 2 live streams on the Hilltopper, and ultimately it didn't fire up. And the reason, and I'll show you the reason shortly, but it's these little 2 guys. These little 2 guys. It looks pretty similar, right? Pretty similar. They're not similar. And oh buddy, if you swap them, bad things will happen. One of them is a voltage regulator that regulates the voltage down to 5 volts. And if you swap them, you overvolt some of the components. One of those components is this Adafruit SI 5351A clock breakout board. This is actually like a really cool little device. Oh yeah, I should mention before you guys are watching this, we're still doing a live stream tomorrow or today, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Super excited about that. I cannot tell you how much fun I've had relearning the 7300 because it's awesome. I think I did actually let some smoke out, whether I was there for it or not. But you know, hey, y'all do that. We're all gonna do that if you start building kits. You got to do it at least a couple of times when you get started. So let me get the keyboard out of the way. Yeah, 7300 chat. I'm very excited about that. So many notes that I took. So you're going to get, so basically if you remember my old Baofeng UV5R video where I did all the little button clicks and all that stuff, we're going to try and do that live with the 7300. It's going to be intense. So, all right, let's switch over to the desk here. So our tasks, I am not monitoring the talk group. So I'm going to turn that off. Okay. Yeah, so basically we need to get this old board out, and it's on pin risers. So let me get the soldering iron going here, get it cranked up for some heat. Hello from Louisiana. Joshua says, I've been in the waiting area for the icon stream for like 2 days. That's pretty awesome, pretty good. Okay, so let me make sure I got this right. Yep, that's what I thought it is. So what we got to do right now is we got to desolder. Desolder is next to winding toroids, something you just don't really want to do if you're doing kits. So I'm gonna have to tilt this a bit and get this a little bit closer to me. And there we go. Okay, so we got to desolder all this pin header line and pull the board out. I was thinking about just desoldering the board and pulling that out, but pin headers have a little plastic piece in the middle that will melt. So it's better off if we just go ahead. I forgot my little scouring pad. Need my solder solder dealy bobber. Okay, so we're going to use desoldering wick and rosin. Not rosin. Flux. Not rosin. Flux. We're going to use a lot of flux. We're going to use the wire here, or the braid, to suck the wire into the braid. It's pretty cool to watch. I'm actually going to invest India, Amy Nickum, or Ami. I hope I'm butchering your name. I'm sorry. Very cool. Hello from India. I've always kind of curious to do like a late live stream and see who we got in. So I think we got like Europe, we got India. That's awesome. So yeah. So we got some, and I'm a little tired, so this should be fun. Maybe I'll let the smoke out live on camera here. So let's get everything all cleared. Nothing like a really hot soldering iron. This is a really hot soldering iron, so you gotta be really careful. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna take some really cheap flux that I have. This stuff's garbage. Go buy like a flux pen. It's gonna be a lot better for you. But I'm down to almost the end of it, so I figured, what the heck. So what you're going to do is you can apply it to the braid, like, get a big old smear going, liberally apply it here, right? But I'm going to go the next step, and I should have a knife for this. Trusty Swiss Army. Oh, it's green. It's transparent. Transparent pocket knife. I don't know why I held my hand up. It actually takes up space in the real world. I can't green screen through solid objects. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take some of this flux and I'm going to apply it. This is way too much flux, but I'm going to apply it kind of on the pin headers. And my goal is once this starts to melt, it helps the heat transfer into the solder. We got Australia. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, the solder diddly boppers, these things, it's basically just a scouring pad in an ashtray. Literally, it's an ashtray. It's like there's little cutouts for cigarettes, so you can smoke while you solder, which is like the best fume situation possible. This scouring pad, though, you just dip your soldering iron in it, cleans it off, makes the tip really, really nice. So, okay, we're ready to begin. My head's going to get up all in front of the camera again. Sorry about that. So what you do is you lay the braid over the top of the iron, of the spot you want to desolder. You get your iron out. Hotter's better here. You get it all clean. And what you're going to do is you're just going to start. I'm actually doing this on camera. It's going to be tough, but let me start this way and we'll just slide over. So you get on there and you start applying the heat, and that braid is going to start wicking the solder. There you go. You don't want to bubble in. Really nasty stuff, right? And you just start pulling back on it, and you'll start pulling the solder right out of it. This is a lot to pull, so you can see that. I just soldered the actual braid onto it, so I got to go back there. So you can see there? Maybe I'll see. It's pretty silver. Went from being coppery to silvery. So this thing is just loaded with solder. So what you do is you come in here and just clip it off. That's why you got your diagonal cutters. Boop. Clip it off. So I got to give a big shout out for those that are watching this. I've been communicating with a ton of people on the groups.io, I believe that's right, for the 4-state QRP. And they have been so helpful. Dave and is it Jerry? I think it's Jerry. Anyway, if you're watching this, which maybe you will in the future, you guys were very helpful. I'm not saying that we're going to solve this today, but we're in the right direction, I think. So I'm going to go get this last pin here. Got one more pin. Zen and the art of desoldering. So you can get a real steady hand going with this desoldering stuff, and you can be pretty adept at it. What you got to do, what you got to make sure you do is you don't overheat it and then lift the lamination, the metal lamination off the board. Don't want to do that. Hey, 86DM. 86DM and I tried to work CW today. Man, we had trouble. We had him up in the north, up by San Francisco. We had W6RIP, who's down by me. And we had somebody in Michigan. And we just couldn't make anything happen. Let's see, all kinds. Question from Illiterate Beef. I'm having a hard time getting APRS packets in a local digipeater gates. Should a UV5 APRS cable work, or do I really need more powerful mobile rig? So the question, hey, hello from Jersey. How's well, I guess Jersey's a little far north for hurricane land. So Illiterate Beef, how far north is the closest digipeater and the closest iGate? Yeah, see, this is all tinned up again, so we'll just snip it off. That's going to be the question of the day. So we've got it pretty clean. And really the big thing is flux. Flux is the secret of this whole thing. Your tip's going to get pretty gnarly, so the Dealy Bopper helps that out immensely. So now I'm going to come on the other side here. I'm going to go the other direction this time, going away from me. And the guys on the 80-meter chat that you hear in the background, they're actually working on a Collins, an old school Collins rig. So it's a pretty cool little chat. Sorry for my hair in the area. Yeah, no joke. 86DM says CW is tough. It was. It was indeed. Okay, so I don't think we broke the leads loose yet, but the advantage of this whole thing is that it's on this board. The board is still wired to the pin header. So I just really need to break the pin header loose from the main board, and it should come free. So let's see where we still have a connection. So what I like to do is I'll use a pick like this. Just a simple pick. Oh, orange. I don't know why orange is causing this, but simple pick here. And go in and see if you can manipulate any of the leads. If you can, you've basically broken them loose. Nope, not yet. More flux needed. And if you could, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. In the late night crew. So anybody that's watching this, maybe now you got something to watch before we go live tomorrow at 5. It's a pre-game show. All right, so where are we in the... Okay, there we go. Oop. A little bit of extra flux here. Why are you doing this to me? Flux. Okay. Woo. Watch out now. It looks bad, but it's doing what we want it to do. We are pulling solder still, so we'll keep going. Thing with the braid is you want to get it real flat up against the pin. Cool. We're getting there. Take your time. I'm reading the comment from Fergus. Then run along the top with a small, flat-sided. Yeah, it's a good point. The only thing I don't have that I'm not doing that he's saying is the, I don't have a flat side. Well, actually I do, but I didn't want to swap it out because then I'm going to have to swap it back from my pin when I want to go into this. That's why some people have multiple soldering irons. So we're at the point now. How do I want to get this out? Okay. Also, literally dip braid into flux and push it into the pin. Yeah, absolutely. Regarding APRS, Owen Duffy.net blog. Okay. 30 miles west, Mountain Base, Gateway, 6 miles south. There's a good number. Okay, so Mountaintop Digipeater, 30 miles west, Mountain Base, Gateway, 6 miles south. It's a good number more, but I've only been able to get like 5 packets to show up. So tell me how you are doing APRS. Are you going into the Baofeng, just like with the speaker, with the mic? So there's a little hole on the side of this board. Let me put this down so I don't burn down the house. Try and use a suction pad. It doesn't work very well because it pulls up the self-healing mat, and then we've got a problem. So, and that came free. Okay, great. It just came free. And there's still some. Yeah, Fergus seems to know what he's talking about, but you don't want to lift the pads. That's the biggest thing you want to avoid, and you got to keep applying the flux. Make sure you got the flux, and this is a lot. We're gonna spread it around. That's still way too much, but I'm getting it on there. I want a lot on, but not too much. So I'm gonna come back over and I'm gonna scrape some of it off. Flux is pretty nasty. You can clean it off when you're done, the residue. Just take a brush, like a toothbrush even. Nice old toothbrush, like once your kids are done or you've got an old one. Get an alcohol bottle, like one of these ones you see in the doctors where you push at the top of it in a cotton swab, but with a brush, and you just go in there and clean it up. Alright, so where'd my braid go? Where's my braid? Okay, get your braid nice and flat. The braid's slightly flat, so you're going to use that to kind of help you do this. And I'm going to start on this side now. And we're just going to pull it away from us. No, it's looking pretty clean. Let's go over this side really quick. A lot of heat though right now, so we want to make sure we're in and out of here fast. And even though I don't have a flat tipped, I should probably, yeah. See how the tip gets real bad? Real bad. Get in there, your dealy bopper, and chromes it up a bit. Tins it, if you will. I didn't apply new solder, but we'll get there. So you're using, Illiterate Beef is using APRS Droid on phone, APRS cable, UV5R, MF drilled car roof antenna. That should be enough. 30 miles shouldn't be a problem at that point. Okay. We're pretty much there. So you're saying audio on phone or radio might be too high. No. You can turn it down, but you should be able to hit it with that. The braid is pretty empty. There's no solder left really on the braid. So clip that. For Pixel 2 plus Woshan, the level was around 70. Oh, you're talking about the volume level. Yeah, you can adjust the volume level on the phone. That'll help. That should make a big difference, though. Okay, so what I like to do is Let's see if I can manipulate any of these. So, word of advice, it's always easier to like desolder a diode or a resistor or something like that. Way easier to desolder them. Pins, pain in the ass. So try not ever to have to do this. Oh, there's some solder. I'm just looking for more of it, and it's right in these last two pins. Okay. It's so interesting that you mentioned that, because I do also have a solder sucker. Did I just blow solder everywhere? I thought this thing was empty. Yeah, so solder suckers are pretty easy. You kind of apply heat on one side and then suck it out. Oh, and I got some solder. Yeah, found some solder. Hello from France, 9:20 in the morning. I got me the sucker. I got me that sucker. You basically. So we've taken all the surface solder out with the wick, and some of it's because it's hot and melted. It seeps back down. So use the sucker to get it back up top, and then you hit it with the wick again, and hopefully we'll pull some more. This is a time-intensive process. Don't do this. Oh, Fergus says he did a lot of surface mounts. Surface mounts are a pain in the ass. Yeah, I take that back. They're not a pain in the ass. They require special tooling. Oh, please don't be lifting up. I think this one's lifting up. Shoot. Not good. So we'll go from the other side to avoid that mess. Beautiful. That's pretty clean. Again, we're trying to manipulate the pins. Is this hot? No, good. Don't want it hot. So they're still not free. That's no bueno. Let's see. Are the pads actually lifting, or is that the... Where's my light? Okay, they're not lifting. Well, actually, they might be lifting a little bit, but we're going to try and avoid that as much as possible. So let's clip the wire again, the braid. There's still plenty of flux on there. 20 inch. So I don't know what that terms are. I was not a surface mount guy. Ooh, buddy. Where'd I get a kink in there from? I think the problem right now is just breaking it free. You have any recommendations on that, Fergus? Actually, you probably know better than me the best way to break it free. Because I think I've got all the solder out of it. Yeah. I think I got all the solder out of it. It's just... it's just not coming up yet. So there's a way you can do this, but I need a vise that's a little bit more stuck. So I kind of use my hand, and I got to do this off camera a little bit. But then you just start going a pin at a time. Apply constant vertical pressure. Yeah, it's coming up. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Applying a little heat. This is a real... take your time with this. You want to take your time with this and do it right. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's really no better way. I thought maybe there was some kind of like insider secret for how to get this crap out. But it sounds like you just get in there, get a hold of the piece, and then just start applying heat and gently pull. Nope. I got real excited on that one. The problem is it's on a board. Or not a board, it's a pin hitter. I just reached forward to hold. Yeah, right. Let's turn it a little bit. Can you see that better? Oh, I'm not even really in focus. So this is kind of hard to do on the camera, so you'll just have to trust me. Hot air gun from reflow station makes it easier because you can do all pins at once. Yeah. I don't really have a hot gun though. I have a hot... yeah, but I would be worried about desoldering the rest of the board, right? I want to make sure I'm not pulling up any of the pads here. Let's give it a second. How's your day going? What is a hot ale can loft tracks nearby? I don't know what you mean. Ah. Okay. It's cool. Okay, so we're making progress, slow progress, but we're getting there. So this side is the most out, this side is the most to go. So we'll go back to that. I want to make sure I'm not pulling on any other parts. Yeah, there's nothing there. So that makes this easier. There's really nothing in the way. movement. Yeah, this vise is okay. I need something with a bit more stable base. Part of the problem is I've got it on the self-healing mat. It's not advisable when you're doing this kind of stuff because it doesn't really hold. So I'm still going in there and trying to... Oop, take your time. No, they're not breaking free yet. Oh, shoot. Oh, that was just flux. Yeah, those are clean. Okay. Are they light through the holes clean? Let's see. No, they're not. What if... What if I applied vertical or pressure downward while I did this? This is the wrong tool for this. If the board was lacquered on the top, it may have stick the plastic onto the board. Oh, yeah. Looks okay. Oh, I should have looked at this before. Their the pin header that it's on is actually in pretty good condition. Use a screwdriver. That's a good idea. Where are all my nice screwdrivers? Where are all my nice screwdrivers? Well, that's not good. Back to the Swiss Army knife. Oop. Tennessee Glockster. Glockster 007. Now I got movement. I don't know where my good screwdrivers are. These are just electrician screwdrivers. It's probably the wrong one. I'm sure you'll tell me in a second and be screaming, no! Okay. Don't use that beastly weapon. It looks clean. Let's go back to the pulling. But let's go from the bottom again, because that seemed to do the most good. Oop. And don't take out the capacitor while you do it. Oop. Okay, sorry, it's going to be off camera a little bit. pretty covered in flux. It's pin header. Tommy asks, what's the component needs to go? It's this 7-pin pin header. It's desoldered. Now I just need to get it out. And we got a little bit of delamination on the pads. Alright. Small cross point wire cutters would pull over a larger area. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. You're talking about the ones with the big jaws, the slicer ones. Do I have one like that? I don't think I have enough space in there to do that. Let's solve this problem the right way. No, there's not enough room in there. A cross point would work. Actually, yeah, that would be perfect. I don't have anything with notches. Belgium? Nice. ON2TD. Pull more plastic. I don't know what pull more plastic means. Is that code for run more flux on it? And the braid? Oh, take it easy, Joshua. It's got to be up in 5 hours. Take it easy. Okay, what's the best way to do this? I'm pulling, but I need to get more leverage. I could just do that. Okay. All right. Yes, you are correct. Yes, Fergus. Yes, indeed. I don't have something that will go over the 6-pin parallel to the 6 pins and pull away. I don't have a puller. Like an IC puller would actually, one of those cheesy IC pullers would actually fit perfectly. You just go right over the edge of the, yank it. How do you like that? What would be good? I don't think this is going to have the space, though. No. Not wide enough. Just not wide enough. These Knipex, though, are nice. Nope, won't fit in the holes either. Okay, that was that. Let's apply some just good old leverage. Hope I'm not damaging anything. No, I do. I don't need the component, but I need the board. The blue board, the Adafruit we're replacing. Okay, what am I slipping on? Stop. The board's fine. I can totally pry on it. It's coming out. There's a little testicular fortitude in this right now, but it's coming out. Oh, Well, shit. I think we... Yeah, we delaminated a pin. One pin. Damn. We can make it work now. It'll still work. She's out. There it is. I don't see any... I hope this is actually the broken part. I don't have a scope, so... Okay, so let's see the holes. The underside's actually not that bad. Yeah, the underside's fine. Okay, so we're good. Alright, so now we can put the new one in. Greetings from Poland. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate that. Ooh, don't do that. Let's your teeth. Let's not damage the board if we have the time to place it. Okay, so what we're going to do... This is pretty easy. Is this already pre-cut? Nope, it's not pre-cut. You need to take 2 off the end. I needed to take only 1 off the end. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just an idiot. Bye-bye, pin. So stupid. That was dumb. Yeah, buddy. She's in. Kind of. So this is now we can get back to what I'm good at, which is just the soldering. Okay. Ooh, this tip is not doing so hot. Yeah, you know, I was thinking to myself as I was doing it, and I'm like, wasn't it only 1 the last time? I think it was. Derp. Oop, Jesus. Okay. Good surface adhesion. Yes. Good. Okay. Good, good, good. Starting our new Makers Lab, the Shack. Well, good luck to you. That's awesome. Thanks for watching for the brief time today. Appreciate it. Okay. One more. Ooh, those are... I need to touch those up. But let's go ahead and get the last pin in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the new board as a reference to hold the pin in place while I do this. Gosh, I hope we get this. gonna get it doing stuff like that. All right, let me get this out of the way, and then you'll be able to see again. Okay, good. Now the board can come back out. And that actually lifted up. Shoot. That's pretty bad. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. Not my best work. Okay, so we got the... Let's just look at our area here. Things look pretty good. So we're gonna try and get this board in now. And what I'm gonna do... I'm going to lay them down. Actually, I'm going to cut one off. These are from another kit. I'm going to lay one of these pins down like that. Not that I'll be able to pull it out. I'm going to use it as a spacer. We're going to put this board on. That's holding it actually pretty firmly, so that's perfect. Let's actually just go ahead and pull that out. I don't need it. Yeah, it's holding really nicely. Okay. Well, I'm a fool. I just screwed up a little bit. I melted my button a little bit. A little too close. I watched a 1-minute ad. Oh. You're talking about the license in Australia. Well, that's not good. Let's go ahead and fix that right now. And I got a low bridge. Hold on. Fixer. Or under soldered. Okay. That's clean. The top looks great. Don't flip her over though. Alright, I'm going to take it out. I believe my soldering's over, but I'm not going to turn anything off yet. I'm going to do a couple continuity checks just in case. Using a very inexpensive Harbor Freight. And I have a jumper cable that I have put a Ground wire. Actually, I'm just going to use the side of the antenna shield. Okay. There is also the Radio Electronics School. Oh, you guys are talking about Australia still. Okay, cool. All right, so technically that's it. Maybe. So first things first, we're going to apply our dummy load. Now, if we did this correctly, the setup jumper is still in place, which is right here next to the IC. So I need to tune down my big radio. So, okay. Oh, relax, buddy. 14060. You got a bit of funky noise in the background. So ideally, if I plug the power into it, we should hear a tone. Is everybody crossing their fingers? There could be smoke letting out right now. Nothing. So it's not that part. So I swapped this thing out and it's not that. Nothing on the waterfall. Well, damn. I'm going to use my clip lead here. So what I'm doing is I'm clipping to the ground side, clipping to my power side. Then I can just use the single probe. Slide it over there. So we're going to go DC volts. I think that's it. That's what we wanted to see. Nothing. So I think that's correct. What was just exhibited here. Okay, so let's show you what's going on. So I happen to have a speaker here. So the software in this, it's purely a... There's phones. purely a sound-based radio. So when I apply power, you're going to hear something. That's the test tone. So the IC is working. So it's not transmitting now on this 14060 as it should be. So if this is the tuning knob, if I rotate this 1-2 clicks and hit the button, so that's actually the readout off of 14 megahertz. So back to the single, double click back. Okay, those are O's, by the way. That was a 6-0-0-0-R-O-O-O. Okay, so the brains of the thing's working correctly. There's something else that's not right. And what's happening is it's not outputting any RF. It's not putting anything out. And I've got a dummy load connected to it, but, you know, whatever. So what I'll try to do... what if I switch antennas? Okay, so I've got it switched. Here's a BNC lead. Maybe we're just not close enough? Nothing. But that's not going to do very well because we're going through a BNC lead. That's not very helpful, actually. No more drink. Okay. So we're not getting it out. But the board looks like it's presenting correctly. So that means it's something now further down the line that's possibly bad. Believe it or not, that's what we're dealing with right now. So something further down the line might be damaged. The good news is those are easy fixes, hopefully, unless it's a very good dummy load. No, probably not a good dummy load. Probably not. Dummy load's fully connected. Well, we can try to pull the pin here, or the test jumper. Let's get that over there. And get our key. Get a key. A key, a key. Okay. So now, when we start this up, it's not going to play a test tone. It's just going to start the radio. It's not. I don't know who you are. But you just got put in timeout. Take it easy there, buddy. It's just nothing on the receiver. Nothing. Okay. Oh, there's no speaker. Well, that's a bummer. Well, the good news is that the board was problematic because it didn't have the output of the pins that we were expecting. So now it's there, so it's good. So that means we've moved something further down the line that I've damaged, which is totally possible. It is completely possible. Well, shoot, we're not fixing it today. We're not fixing it today. That's a bummer. The long, sad life of my Hilltopper-20 by 4-state QRP. I'm gonna get it though. Like I said, I got a pretty good support team that's helping me over on the 4-state QRP side. So I just need to now tell them, hey, the board's working and we've got nothing. There's nothing doing. No output. The brains are working though, because the brain's trying to send that out, but it's like the actual radio side not working. And I am not good enough with the electronic schematics to figure out what's wrong. Keying with your mouth breaches Australian Foundation license, as it's not hand operated. Don't key with your mouth. That's funny. I guess it wasn't in my hand though. So, and well, yeah, what happens if you have like a disability? And all you have is your mouth because you're a quadriplegic or something. That's pretty messed up. Well, shoot. All right. 1 hour, no result. It's like I'm just pushing us on to the next time because we're going to have to make another video now in which we figure this guy out. But we will figure it out. We can rebuild him. The story will go on for the QRP, or the 4-state QRP. This guy. Oh, you can't see that. Jesus. This guy. And it looks cool when it's all put together. I want to get to that point, man. I want to use this thing. Isn't that cool looking? Get some knobs on there. It's going to be cool. Nice QRP rig. Do some soda with that. Yeah. Well, one more step along the way. We'll make sure to do another video as I get closer. I don't know if I can handle the heartbreak of doing this again, though, and it not working live on the YouTubes, on the interwebs. So maybe the next time I'm just going to get it working, and then the next time you see it will be a soda activation or something like that. Because I'm so sad of heart at this point right now. I want it to work. Well, that's going to do it, guys. We will be doing the live stream later today. It's funny, right? It's like, how much can you deal with me? Of this beautiful thing right here. The ICOM 7300. So later today, this is garbage. I'll get off of that. Later today, we'll be talking about this wonderful radio. I can't wait for that. So I'll leave you guys to it. Have a great rest of the day until we talk later tonight. Time for a guest on the stream. Showing failures is cool and genuine. Well, it's genuine, that's for sure. You know, I'm not an electronic engineer. Never said I was. I can build kits. Can't design circuits. I can semi read schematics, but this one's beyond me. So yeah, it is what it is. I screwed up when I swapped out that power regulator. That was my fault because I opened the right bag, but I also had another bag that interspliced parts in, and that's what caused me to do it wrong. So learned something, but man, I want to get this thing working. So anyway, that'll do it. We'll see you guys in a couple hours here, and we'll have some more fun, this time with this bad Mammoth Jam right here. Very excited about that. Hopefully propagation improves, because propagation was horrible today. So I hope it does, because I might need a little bit. But I've got a little spurs and stuff like that I can work with, some interference. What's that? Is that people talking? 80 meters is always popping. Older dudes not sleeping. There's always something going on. Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Cool. Whew, I'm tired now. Now I can go to sleep. See ya. Bye.